is the guy that introduced us both. So just a quick round of applause for Robbie. Thank you. So I am Rob. I am the guy who's showing this tuba. I've known Dan and Fran both for a very long time. Separate friendships from each other until now. Me and Dan go back to college. We went to business school in Colorado. Fran and I worked at Heckling together. She was a strategist, he was a designer. And some of you may know the story of how they met, but for those that don't, I'll give a little recap because I had a little bit of a part in how they sort of met each other. But before we do that, I want to raise a glass to both Dan and Fran's families for bringing them into this world and having me here today and helping put on this amazing weekend celebration. So, how did Dan met Fran?
Well, how did that happen?
Exactly. So, like a lot of the amazing things that I do, I actually don't plan on doing them. They just sort of happen.
Oh.
Which is the case here. So, let me just get out from this. I don't want to miss anything. So, it was about, well, let me start by saying that, I don't really plan all these things that I do. Dan sometimes refers to me in this case as the Cupid who rode the short bus to school. So, about 5 years ago, or so, 4 or 5 years, or 3. And Dan is having, can everybody hear me?
Not really.
A little louder, a little louder.
Not really. Speak up.
How's that?
Yeah.
So about a few years ago,
That's better.
Thanksgiving, Dan is having Thanksgiving in his apartment. He's cooking, obviously. And I'm there, and as usual, I'm sending texts and making calls to family and friends to wish them a happy Thanksgiving. And, part of this crew, I sent one to my boss, my art director. Very cool guy, Simon Gill. And so we started texting back and forth. And we make a plan to, he's in town. We want to grab a drink the night after Thanksgiving. So the night after, me and Dan are out at a bar downtown. It's actually Baby's dad's birthday, and his band will be playing. We're there, we're at the bar, having dinner, and I get a text from my boss. It's like, I'm in the neighborhood, I'm going to meet you guys for a drink. And I tell Dan I'm here, love this guy, very cool guy, drummer, he's my art director. He's going to meet us for a drink. So I go to the bathroom, and I come back, and in walks Fran, and my friend Dana. And I was like,
Hello, Dana!
It's so weird that you guys are here. What are you doing here? This is random. I'm here with my friend Dan. She looks at me and is like, you've been texting me for the last 24 hours to meet you here for a drink. So obviously I have Fran's number in my phone as my boss's number. So that's the special Cupid. So I introduced her to Dan, and the night continues with drinking, and instantly they're locked in conversation about food, obviously. I think the big topic that night was salty versus sweet. Can they live together? And aren't they? So I know they can. They can. And so the night continues, and they realize that they actually live across the street from each other, literally. So they, I see them take a cab home together, and I'm like, this is it. It's on. Special Needs Cupid strikes again. And that was
Special Needs Cupid?
That was it.
That's his name?
Today. So,
Really?
So now I'm going to talk a little bit about Fran, who
I got to use that one.
For a long time, separately from Dan. We, like I said, we worked together. And this was so I was a younger designer. I had just started a job at Heckling, Frank's firm. And I started there right around the Christmas holidays. And And so when I started, they had their company holiday party. And so I went, I really didn't know anyone. It was like the first day of school. And I go and have their party, a few drinks, and I find myself on the dance floor. You can envision a robot having a seizure, pretty much. That was me. I didn't know anybody. And all of a sudden, I feel a hand on my back. And it's this amazingly beautiful girl with flowing curly hair, this enormous dazzling necklace. And she just looks at me. She must have sensed the fear in my eyes. She just looks at me and goes, "Don't worry, everything's going to be okay. It's going to be fine. Everyone's really nice." And she was right. She was right. We became very good friends. And she even rigged the system in the office so that any project she got, I would be her designer. She would be my strategist.
Whoa!
And it works. And I think at one point or another, everyone in the office came up to me and was like, "So are you and Fran brother and sister, or are you guys cousin, or what?" Was like something. I'm like, no. But now it's finally she's married my East Coast big brother. So technically, I can say, welcome to the family. We are brother and sister.
Oh!
So now to you, Dan.
Yeah!
You want to fill your glasses before we...
Oh, yeah.
So like I said, me and Dan go way back to the college days, business school in Colorado, but I actually didn't meet him until I decided to sign up to study abroad in Copenhagen. And so I go to the orientation on campus, and there's a bunch of people there, but I see this very tall, sportsy looking fellow, sporting this slick back haircut straight out of Beverly Hills 90210. And I'm like, I gotta hang with that guy. And of course, within like probably 2 hours of landing in Copenhagen, it's me and Dan, and he finds me. He's like, "I got this other friend from Jersey. And, I don't know him that well, but he's here."
What's happening?
And so the three of us pretty much became three amigos through that whole
This is true.
semester. And we still are to this day. Matt's here.
Woo!
And it was amazing. So flash forward, finished college, Dan goes back home, moves to New York. I moved to San Fran, where my brother is. We started our kind of lives. Sort of come visit, and after years of getting the hard sell to move to New York, I finally shed my business schools, went to art school, finished, packed a bag, and moved to New York. And I've been here ever since. And Dan sort of became my conduit, if you will, to his whole crew of friends, which has now become my crew, this 18 friends. And I gotta say, I would never have survived to this day going out for that sort of network of people, which a lot of them are in the back here today.
Really?
So, and as most people know of the awesomeness of the coop, and I probably have a lot of stories themselves.
This is all true. This is not.
I'm just going to give you a little, insight into the many roles that the coop has played,
Right?
in my life. For instance, there was a time where I had no place to live. I lost my apartment, got a new place, I was sort of in between things. He instantly adopted me as his roommate / sous chef. Required no payment except for an original piece of artwork, which I did on time. Or when all my family was in California, so holidays roll around, sort of tough out here, but not anymore. Instantly I was adopted into the Cooperman family.
Right.
What is now the traditional Cooperman family Christmas, kitty scarves included. So I'm sort of feel like a part of the family. Another example, I was looking for a new apartment in Chinatown. Kind of wanted it. I'm not good at finance. The whole negotiating rules. So he shows up, posing as my uncle / real estate broker. And within an hour, I had the apartment, I think at a reduced rate, and we were this close to the landlord cooking me dinner. First true story. I didn't get the video. Or, you know, I have an art show that I'm hanging in the city. All my art's in Brooklyn. So, question shows up as my driver / art assistant. He's like, you need a level? What do you need? Let's get this money. Or the recession hit. I had no work. I lost my job. I was freelancing. He became my agent. Getting me work left and right. Similar situation. I was, you know, tough times, no money. He calls me up and he's like, I got 2 friends from California. They need to come to New York for a week. I rented out your apartment to them. You can stay with me. We're going to charge that X amount of money. Half of it's going to go to us throwing a party for the spring. Done. Amazing. But like any amazing relationship, it's also about the little things. For instance, I show up, he's having a barbecue. Grill is filled with cheeseburgers. There is one lone little burger on the grill, no cheese, for me, without me ever asking. Because I'm like this and all.
Yo! What a guy!
Or, you know, even last night, we're at the party that I feel like we were at, drinking Fran. And I'm sitting down with the people, I look over and I realize there's no mint in my cocktail. I don't say anything, he looks over and takes his pen and drops it in my cocktail. That's pretty much, he's a giver. So, some of you know that I am no closer than anyone in this world with my own big brother who lives in California. We flew out here for the weekend, was here. But when I moved here to New York, Dan sort of became my East Coast big brother. My oracle, my life coach, if you will, my partner in crime. Similar to the classic superhero duo, similar to, say, Coop is the Batman to my boy wonder. He is the Ricardo Montalban to my tattoo. The Arnold Schwarzenegger to my Daddy the skipper to my Gilligan.
All right.
The Southern Gentleman to my jockey. And of course the Daryl Wall to my John. Now, clearly you can see that we pretty much own all of this. Now, some of you may know last few years ago we went out on Halloween as the fake pop sensation duo from the 80s, Hall Notes. Some of you see photos, we killed it. So, recently the real Hall Notes were here performing in New York. And through our good friend Chris Grubb, I got tickets to go see them and went backstage. And ahead of time, I purchased a lot of memorabilia of the real Hall Notes. Had them sign it for Dan and Fran for their wedding. Had it framed, and on the back is a photo of us from Halloween. And I have it here at the bar. I encourage everyone to come take a look after I'm done or later. And it's a present for you guys. But like every superhero duo, Dan is not without his faults, I can tell you. Not just a sidekick. I mean, sure, he can compare a 67 with feet to birds and braised pork chops, no problem. But when it comes to coaching an NBA on fried chicken, you're going to follow the boy wonder, not that. Or we need an amazing poster design for an event an hour from now. You're going to be emailing Gilly, not the skipper. Or you need to know what music is coming through town. You know, you need to set up a playlist. You're calling Oats, not Hall. But, needless to say, behind every great superhero, there's an amazing strategist. And that is Fran. And I love you guys, and I can't wait for all the Halloweens together. So now I think what we're going to do is open it up to, we're going to sort of rotate. Someone wants to speak for the plan, someone wants to speak for them, we're going to mix it up. So someone would like to come up now from Suzanne, maybe?